first ever attempt at a YouTube video. No idea what I'm doing. Just love Volvos. A few of the friends that I've got said I should put together some content to show people these kind of bits as I do it. So yeah, just taking heed from them. So I've just taken delivery of a Nuke Performance aluminium, what they call an Alucell fuel tank. Now this is a 20 litre with the CFC unit that fits on top, the low profile CFC unit with the integrated swirl pot. Dual pumps, so pickup pump, both Volvo, and their little kit for mounting the pumps. First time ever using one of these. I have actually ordered the 60 litre tank. So the 20 litre that they've sent me is an error basically. So that one will be up for grabs fairly soon, just the tank, not the CFC unit obviously, because I'll be using the one that I've got for that. But I'm going to build up the CFC unit, get everything ready to go in the back of the Volvo, so that I can give it to a good friend who's going to go away then and sort out headers and exhaust system for me. So yeah, so I thought I'd not unbox because the unboxing is boring, but at least put together, show you the bits that I've ordered. So pretty comprehensive kit. So you get the full wiring kit, swirl part, the is it ARB orb fittings to adapt it from the larger fittings. It's a stock-ish, it was a cammed LS3 with long tail headers and a full exhaust system. So there's not huge amounts of performance from it in that sense, probably 500 brake max. So I'm not going all out with the fuel system. It's just -6 hoses there and back. So I've had to take it down from 10 I think on the outlet and 8 on the return line to -6 in and out. I've gone for the Nuke fuel sender, which will then hook up to the PDM. I've got an AIM PDM 32 in there, which is all set up ready to accept that. So it's all programmed, literally just needs wiring up, and away we go. Get a few nice little goodies with the Nuke Performance stuff. So you get some stickers, lanyard for your keys, which is pretty snazzy, and then some sweets which look Haribo-ish. I'll do another video on the taste, I think, because that's yet to be seen. So yeah, let's have a look what we got. Like I said, not seen this, not a clue what it's all about, not watched any other videos on people building them up. Kind of assumed, if I'm honest, that they came pre-built on the tank and it was just a matter of popping it in the back of the car and installing it. So yeah, I will make mistakes. There will be bits that I have to redo afterwards, but you get to see my reaction and how easy it is to build. So nicely CNC'd, bit of alley there, which I expect is the plate that goes underneath because it's tapped. Yeah, fancy. Look at that. V-tongue seal, stick it on top, and then really nice, I must say, properly well machined top plate. Yeah, the machining marks on that are minimal, so they've gone to a ton of effort to make sure that the tool paths and everything are spot on that. Proper quality, which is what you expect from Nuke Performance. Already got their fuel rails fitted to the Volvo, and used a few other small bits. So I've got their fuel pressure relief valve on there. Not fuel pressure regulator, sorry, fuel pressure regulator on there, which I was well impressed with the quality of. Had an AEM one on there before, which is a bit shoddy to say the least. I've set it with a digital sender on there, so there's a Bosch instruction manual in English. Just empty this out. No idea what these are. More than likely should be the filler cap, hopefully. Good weight to it. The quality's decent. Yeah, filler cap. Yeah. Proper nice quality again. Laser etched on the top. And machining. Yeah. Really nice machining. So yeah, not disappointed. It's worth the money. Quality speaks for itself in that sense. Right, let's have a go at building this thing up then, shall we? I may have to stop the video a couple of times because I've bought a new fuel pump. I already had an existing fuel pump on it. It was a single pump system before in the original Volvo tank. And it's a Volvo 450. So I've got two Volvo 450s, both of which I think they'll support 900 brake horse. So if I do decide, which is what the wife thinks, but when I do decide to turbo it in the future, there's a little bit more capacity there, so I can go 900 brake without changing the fuel system. Maybe just have to change the size of the lines because I think the dash 6 will probably restrict me. So yeah, let's see what we've got. And then another one again. Tiny little seal on that one. So follow the instructions. Let's see what they recommend. See how good the instructions are, to be fair. As I said, I won't be installing this in the tank because there's no point, because I've got a 60 litre on the way. But for now, let's see what we've got. Step 1. So they put it all into separate little sections. So you've got the pickup bracket and the fuel pump assembly. You've got the fuel cap and filler neck assembly. So they do it as separate steps so that you can decide which way around to do it, which makes sense. The vent valve, which is a ball valve unit. I actually got a one-way valve, like a proper AN10 I think it is, fitting, that I'll put in a line somewhere I think, but for now I'll install this just to get me away. But yeah, I'll probably put a line back through, up and out of the boot at some point. So all the bulb fittings have got internal O-rings on them. So you don't have to do these too tight, you can get away with them as long as you've got reasonably strong hands, finger tight pretty much, just so they nip. There's the vent on. This I expect has little countersunk cap heads. Yep. Double check. So there's a filler safety valve apparently, which is that, to stop the fuel squishing back up, which fits with the bolts. Which I would expect. Oh, I see. So that, yeah, I'll whip. So this piece floats. That piece material floats obviously. So when you fill the fuel from the top, it'll splash off there and fill the tank, pour into the tank. If the fuel surges and goes upwards, to stop it from leaking, which it probably shouldn't or wouldn't, but to stop it from leaking, that'll push up against the tap and seal. So it's just a way of making it, yeah, it's a cool idea, not something on any of the tanks. So I assume because of the way the cap heads are, that this will need to be fitted in here first, and then that plate will fit over the top. Apologies for the lack of close-ups. Said first video, don't have any amazing equipment to do these kind of things with, so single camera, not an overhead one, not yet. Again, these fit perfectly as you'd expect with a CNC setup like this, but yeah, really nice quality. Let's grab an Allen key. Once it's assembled, I'll take some photos to do some stills so you can see the quality on this. For now, is as it is. Cool. Okay. It even locks with the little tabs, the little lines matched her, which is pretty cool in itself, isn't it? So next step, let's put the sender unit in, shall we? We're going to get in the way now. I'll attach the electrics first. So the little lugs for the feeds for the pump. So you've got two sets. You've got plus and minus etched in there, and you've got for the two. I think that's for the two pumps that are within the swirl pot. So lift pump, and then the ones within the swirl tank, the main high pressure pump. So fuel pump fitting assembly. So these two barbs are for the fuel pump, I presume. You've got clip-on ones. So those are for if you're using standard SAE hose. These are for the fuel pump kit, which I expect have got little clips on them. And smells of fuel, so it's been tested. Yeah, so I assume. Yep. So push fittings onto there, which is pretty cool. So that one will be inside the swirl pot. That's the pickup. So because we're only running one pump, we use the little clip-on fitting, and then again it's got an O-ring with it, so that will block off the other hole. Those fit into the little boss here. Doesn't matter which way around I go, I don't think, although I'll copy the picture for now, which is not like that. It's the opposite way around to the way that I guessed it would be, which I think is known as Sod's Law. Again, the actual fuel pump fitting has O-ring on it. That's different size. Threads don't seem too happy on this one. The other one, it just went straight in, no resistance whatsoever. It's just a bit of to be fair to Nuke Performance, I think that was more the cap head fitting than the actual threads cut on the block. So let's get a pair of these, but since it's on the underside, again it's got an O-ring on it, so you don't need to go crazy. So that's the fuel for the lift pump feed, which will be in, no sorry, the swirl part, the main feed that will be in there. fitted. Move some of those out of the way. Okay, so let's fit these terminals now. The electrical seal. So what we've got in here, so we've got tap heads, that's what I want to get. So don't lose anything. Joys of magnets, everything else pings out, even though that's attached. So that's those. So the electrical side of things, you've got, let's check, see what the preview looks like. Yeah, so you've got basically a little top hat washer with a seal in the middle, and then your lock nuts basically to lock up the electrical connections for that. So the instructions are pretty clear as to which way around things go. So the seal goes on the inside of the tank. So if we undo this one for now, those two safe. I've put the bubble wrap down. It's probably the worst idea as far as the sound is concerned, but this welding tap, even though it's the best thing I've ever bought, to be completely honest with you, as far as tools are concerned, or yeah, like setup wise, it's the best thing I've ever bought. But with anodised aluminium, the scratches and the dents and the bumps would just be cringeworthy, so I thought I'd best put that down to stop it from getting scratched, as I do want this to look nice. So the Vuitton seal fits inside. There's a top hat washer on the back that locates it perfectly, so that won't wobble around. And then you've got the same reverse on the inside, so that Vuitton wheel seal, as it gets squished, spreads and stops anything from getting back out of the tank. So that one fits in the recess. So those two fit together and squish it. This one goes in the back. I won't do these up tight yet because I've got to put the lugs on the top. So I'll just do those up for now. Finger tight. You get the idea. Really neat, tidy solution, to be completely honest. Again, as you'd expect, properly thought through, well designed, just nice. So again, doesn't seem right. Basically, your Lucar with your cable would go in between those two. So the one holds the actual assembly together, the other one fits on like so. So that's how you terminate them. Okay, so that's that done. So as I said, you've got inside that bit is inside the swirl pot. So you've got your lift pump feed, which pushes the fuel into your swirl pot, and then on this side you've got the option for two pumps. You've got a common earth, and then the two feeds, so you can switch them individually. On mine, I'm only using one, so one of these is a bit redundant. I'll probably use outside too, to be completely honest, just because. Next one is this. You get cork gaskets for this one, and you also get lock washers, which I don't want to lose. Got instructions on the actual Nuke. So that's the manufacturer instructions. There's generic ones, so we use the actual Nuke ones. So this is the bit we need. So there's a really thin, you can see that really thin gasket with this one. It's gonna have to be fairly delicate with. So you've got your adapter plate, which takes the bolt pattern from the sender to the Nuke setup. So we'll put the gasket on first, get that lined up, drop that in place, take the label off this, which has got all sorts of warnings on it, which will probably need cleaning. Yep, because the glue is uber sticky, typical. Why don't they ever come off clean? So much easier. A bit of acetone dissolves the glue and then the paper just falls off, so a bit easier. Yeah, once it's soaked through the paper, you can see, even though it's stuck pretty good, because the glue gets dissolved. Just get a wipe and then let it dry, because it's, although Viton shouldn't be affected actually, the seal shouldn't be affected, but I'll just let it evaporate properly first before even, yeah, no glue. Okay, so that sits on top of the seal and the recess. So then the cap heads go under wherever they are. Cap heads, 5 of those I expect. Yep. So next I'll fit the orb fittings. Again, got washers on these, or O-rings sorry on these, fit on the back. Just roll that round, and then these fit as an AM10, which is the outlet for really big horsepower cars. And then the AN8. I said I'm running AN6 hose on mine, Teflon hose front to back, or PTFE hose I should say, front to back, so I don't get any issues with E10, or if I do decide to run E85, I don't end up with melted hoses. Okay, so that's the oil fitting, so I shall pop that in for now, just loosely on top so you get to see what it looks like roughly. Still haven't got the gasket in there or anything else as of yet, but that's basically how it looks from an external perspective. Really smart. So you've got the filler cap, outlet, inlet, well, fuel return, lift pump, and then the main high pressure pumps, fuel sender, and then a vent which I will run a fit-in and a hose, and probably take the vent off the inside and put a check valve externally. I know that Nuke Performance now do a filter, a little set of, well, an AN hose with a filter on the end of it, or a breather, sorry, on the end of it that you can buy. But I've already got the bits to make one, so I should probably do my own. So, stage 2, got the swirl pot. So this again, anodized aluminium. It's so light, it's crazy how light that is, to be completely honest. Yeah. So I'm going to use the new pump as the main pump, and then the one that I've already got fitted to the Volvo I shall use as the lift pump. So you've got your little filter, teeny weeny little lock washer, which you don't want to lose. Yeah. So these Volvo pumps, I prefer them, to be honest, to any of the others. I know there's loads of options out there. There's Deutschwerks, there's all sorts of different options out there. I really like the Volvo stuff. And the one that's fitted on the Volvo at the moment, it's reasonably quiet considering how hard it runs. It's pretty quiet, so I like it. So I decided to go for another Volvo. Okay, so that just push fits on the bottom. It's got a little self-supported filter underneath. Light, yeah, tidy. So I'll put that back in the bag just in case. Get me crimps for those. So obviously they'll go on the bottom of the CFC unit, same way, the opposite way that I showed you on the top, the yellow lugs which are in that little tray. So that one fits into the blind hole, which makes a lot more sense, which you were all probably screaming at the camera originally when I started doing that. Try again. So the lift pump, we're not going to use this one for. It's maybe for take it off the other setup. So this one must be, yeah, for inside the swirl pot. Apologies for that, guys. I'll show you what I've done. So longer pickup pipe or longer fuel pump support rod is for the pickup. So the pickup pump or the lift pump will go on this one. This one is for the in-pot swirl, or the swirl pot pump. So try again. Mount it, let's turn that around so I can get to it. I'm just going to do this up really loosely for now, so I can still move it and wiggle it. So obviously the wiring is going to be in here as well. The wiring's quite long actually, considering what's going on in there. And a bit further so I won't be able to manoeuvre. So yeah, I might shorten these right off and just make it so that the plug is not too far from the top at all. My snips. I've made that purposely short just because there's no point having that really long, because that's just going to plug into there. So in fact that's kind of excessively long anyway, which is a shame. There you go, like a glove. So that's that in there. Cable out the way. Obviously I'm going to adjust that just not yet. So we've got neg, pause, and just clipped into the pump at the moment. I'll go standard stuff. And then I think we use the push fitting. So I'll drop off the little top hat there. Comes with a little clip. That clips. Quite a lot of excess hose, I suppose, in there, isn't there, for that? Not that it's going to make a huge difference to the capacity, but we'll have to be careful how we route it all so it isn't getting out way inside the swell pot, because it's quite long. Pop that. Lengthwise, very roughly, need to be about there. Check it kind of fits in place. So you've got the filter. Nope. So we're gonna have to spin that round. Considerably. So if you can see that from above, this sticks out the side of the swell pot currently. So we're going to have to do some higgledy-piggledy rotation so it fits within the confines. It's actually quite tight. Yeah, about there. Perfect. So now, measure the depth of that, measure the height of that. So put it about right. There's the beauty of having a the Mac Industries fabrication table. So we got 200 nominally, and then measure that from the same. Oh, look at that. 196. Live with that. So that then fits onto there. Okay, so 3 M5 stainless washers. Oops. Yeah. So far, that's what we've got. So you've got your swirl pot with your internal fuel pump, high pressure pump. So all we need now is the lift pump to fit onto here, which I'll do in the next little section when I finish my coffee. So the unit's now complete. The last step I skipped, to be honest. So taking the fuel pump off the old Volvo in-tank pump and popping it in here was pretty much the same as the swirl pot one. So I don't want to repeat myself, it's going to be boring enough as it is. But overall impressions, other than the fact this is the 20 litre tank and the one that's going in the Ovlov is the 60 litre version of this, it's absolutely amazing quality. Like, really, really impressed with it. Got no reason, not sponsored. Nuke didn't do anything different on this one, so I haven't been paid to say it's good. It just genuinely is really good stuff, really nice. So quality wise, I don't know if you can see with the lighting in my my shed, but the quality of the parts and the finish on it is, yeah, really, really nice. Well and truly worth it. So just to flip it over and show you what I've done. So obviously the feed for the swirl pot comes from the main pump now, which is the one off the old in-tank pump that Phil fitted before to the Volvo. So I've cleaned the filter up best I can. There'll be an external filter, 100 micron filter I think I've got from Nuke again. For this I've set the height so it sits just above the bottom of the tank on the filter side. That's a Walbro 450 again. Use the little adapter, the plastic adapter that comes with the dual pump fitting, just so the standoff is the same on this side. An existing clip that I had, and then I've wired it without the plug on this one because you can get to it, you don't really need to unplug it. If you're going to take it off, it's just as easy to undo the 2 nuts as it is to undo the plug. And I hadn't got a replacement for the original plug, so yeah. The fitting from the Volvo, the plug is, the cables and stuff are all completely knackered. I haven't got any new terminals for that to redo it, so I just thought I'd wire it direct onto the Lucas, which does the job perfectly. So that's that one. And then regarding the actual fitting on the tank, I won't put the aluminium tap bit in there, so pop that down without scratching it. So I think basically there's 2 little cap head fittings, which I wonder what they're for originally. So the cap heads fit in there and hold the aluminium plate. I'll mount it just because I'm going to take this off again when I get the proper tank. So which way does it go? That way. Yeah. So you basically fit this. And then rubber seal fits over the top perfectly. The only, and this is not a negative because it doesn't really matter, the only thing that I would probably do other than install it as it arrived from Nuke on the back edge of the cutting, which has just been laser cut, I think, on the aluminium, there's a tiny little bit of like a sharp edge on it, so I'll probably just get the trusty deburrer tool. I'll probably just run that round, to be honest, and then clean out the tank afterwards. But as this is a 20 litre tank, it doesn't really matter. Now, because as I said, this was the 20 litre and I need the 60, I shan't be using that 20 litre tank, which means I should be giving it away. But I'll probably run it as a like a competition somehow, don't know how, at some point, to see if I can give it away and try and get a few more subscribers to the channel, other than 0 as it stands at the moment. So yeah, that's how it fits. And then you got a ton of these little plastic washers, and then a load of stainless cap head fittings again. So it's really nice. Like, everything about it is just properly nicely done. So I'll do this for show at the moment, just to hold it in situ, and then I can show you the whole thing. Yeah, so there you go, complete. Well, ish. As good as complete for now. So that's the entire unit. It's really neat, really tidy, really good quality. Nothing excessive, but quality with what's there. So yeah, highly recommend it. I wasn't dubious before, to be honest, because I said I've got the fuel pressure regulator already from Nuke Performance. I've got the fuel rails, and the quality is properly up there. So I wasn't really dubious, but there's loads of options on fuel cells. I'd say this is the one to go for. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hope it's not been too boring. First video. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll do my best to try and improve in future. Take care, chaps. Bye.